Welcome back to News 3 at 5:30. Our Winning Wednesday guest grew up in her family's dry cleaners right here in Savannah. And Brittany Curry is living proof that dabbling with the pencils and markers as a child can actually lead you to concentrate on your power. Right now, I want to welcome Brittany to WSAV here at 5:30. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to bring you on to talk a little bit about how you entertained yourself as a kid growing up at the dry cleaners. What was that like?
It was a lot of long hours before school, after school, summer vacation days. I mean, my whole family worked and we were just always there. So as kids, to keep entertained, we were always surrounded by art supplies, notebooks, and it was just something that came instinctively to me.
What did you do during those hours when you talk entertainment with the pens and the markers?
No, actually, my grandmother would put together something she called busy bags for us. And it would have notebooks and crayons and games. And it was not just to keep ourselves entertained at the shop, but also during church. And so that's how we just passed the time. And that's why I just had a love for it.
Well, there's word that you drew on the walls of the cleaners as well.
I was always getting in trouble for drawing on the walls. And in fact, at the Wilmington Island location, I think unless somebody's painted over it, about 3.5 feet off the ground by the back where the restroom is, you'll see my little 7-year-old, 6-year-old scribblings, my name, my phone number.
How did you carry your talents to high school and then become this amazing graphic recorder?
During high school, I passed the time by drawing cartoons of myself and my friends and my teachers. I just drew whatever was around me, like drawing little stick people to make people laugh. And then there was quite a long time when I went away to college for about 10 years where I didn't draw anything. And I really rediscovered it through getting into the work in the disability advocacy field, where I saw people using hand-drawn graphic pictures to help people move out of nursing homes, to help people have rich lives. And that's what made me rediscover and open the door for me to start graphic recording.
You know, I think what's really amazing also, Brittany, is the fact that you don't have any training. You were born with this talent.
That is probably the biggest misconception, is that I have an art background. And while I do appreciate that people are like, oh, you're so talented, I always want to tell people it is a lot more about the bold and a lot less about the talent. You know, it's drawing in front of people and making yourself vulnerable is just as terrifying as like speaking or singing in front of people. So it's a lot more about the boldness to say this needs to be captured, and I will be willing to stand up and do it.
And I love the fact that we're seeing right now the Savannah To Go Cup. You actually designed that back in 2023.
I did. That was a really exciting season. It was so well received, and I really thought deeply about what the design criteria was. Before that, I never really considered myself or embraced the term illustrator, designer. And after that, it really turned my career in the direction of like, what else do I want to design? What else would I like to see my designs on?
And as we wrap up, Brittany, quickly, what do you hope people will take away from your talent? Just a little girl in dry cleaners, and you've really gone far. You've done quite well, celebrating 9 years.
Thank you so much. I think there's something for all of us that we at some point left behind because we thought it was silly or it didn't really matter. And I've seen what's been able to happen by tapping back into that, and I would encourage other people to pick up where you left off and what you loved doing originally.
All right, Brittany Curry, thank you so much. And by the way, just want to let you know, if you're interested in checking out Brittany's website, go to wsav.com/InkyBrittany.